Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John.
William Shatner?
I was going to say.
I'm John. I'm your game master for the evening. Black Lives Matter, trans rights and human rights. Fuck Ted Cruz again.
Yeah. Believe women.
Believe women.
And we landed on Mars again.
And we're back on Mars. Before we went back to the moon.
Been there, done that. It's old hat.
Could be there again and do that again, though. You know what?
Could.
You know what? There's not on the moon. Global warming.
Ted Cruz.
And Ted Cruz.
Yes. I volunteer to put him there. I will kick him into space directly. Anyways, welcome back to.
Let him take a permanent vacation to Cancun, the moon.
Yeah, Cancun.
Cancun, the moon. Just tell him Cancun's on the moon. He'll go.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll only believe it if the moon insults his wife.
Unfortunately, that would be against the doctrine of a great actor, because then there would be corruption by capitalism in space.
I mean, Elon Musk has already ensured that that's happened. So
I'm
that's
so
fair.
happy about this intro.
Space!
Nothing if not a well-oiled machine.
Everything about this is amazing to me.
when I'm John, I'm the game master. Joining me today is the part I do next. Is Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gentminar, half-elf spellslinger. And this is going to be fun.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin Druid princess.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai. And honestly, the Tim Curry in Command and Conquer wasn't even my favorite of Tim Curry's insane rants, but it was a damn good one.
Tim Curry has a lot of very good insane rants. It's his brand. And Jeremy.
Hello, I am Jeremy. I am playing Kalerna Ilani, a Drow Echo Knight, and I have nothing creative to say right now because
I would like to know why Kalerna Ilani isn't in the Mortal Kombat movie.
That is true. You should absolutely be.
That is a tragic oversight.
Be in the Mortal Kombat movie.
What is this drow erasure we're seeing?
Kalerna's been erased from the Mortal Kombat universe.
Yes!
And
Get that trending on Twitter, people.
Cody.
I'm Cody, and I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard, and I got nothing.
And when last we left off, the party found a hole in the ground. Specifically, they finished dealing with the issues that were happening in Everstone, and Valdeth became the new Thane of House Stonebeard. And then they went to see about resurrecting the body of their friend Ariel, but upon teleporting to the area where they had buried Ariel, they found a hole in the ground and no body. Also no body, but no body specifically.
Right.
It's because clearly Ariel is the nonagon.
And that's where we pick up. So, the group of you are standing over a very cleanly dug hole in the ground.
See, the eyes would be too imperfect for Ariel's appearance, though.
I'm
You figure out a way to
assuming
make them aesthetically good.
we are in the right place.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
yeah.
the hole's right there.
I mean, I do not want to speak out of turn, but I do not see your friend here.
No, not okay. Someone stole her body.
I mean, to be fair, we did leave her with all of her magical items in that mound of dirt.
I'm
Yeah, but if
afraid
you're
the
gonna-
body was probably incidental.
Then why didn't they put it back? Or
Just to
This
make
is-
certain. And I realize that this might be a dumb question. Are you certain that she was dead?
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted
Fairly
to
certain.
put that out there. Just to, you know. You never.
You don't think that bastard Simon has some sort of unfinished business?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past a lich.
Is he a lich or just a necromancer? I thought Rhyhor was the lich, or do we have more than one?
Rhyhor's the
on
lich.
list at this point?
Simon's the necromancer, I think. Yeah.
Simon is a necromancer.
All right. I just
in the
wanted to
Imperial.
check because if you had better intel than I did, and we're going up against two liches rather than one, that I'll have to rearrange my.
They all have
schedule.
stupid names.
I think it's a
I mean-
requirement. I didn't even leave anything behind.
I feel like when you ascend to lichdom, you probably change your name because you don't want people to know who you once were.
And who changes it to Rhyhor?
Someone who likes bread and prostitutes, I guess.
I was gonna say someone who likes bread a lot.
It's not spelled like that. It's Ryhore, but okay.
That's the way it's gonna be in my notes forever.
Whatever you do, don't let the
Simon.
don't let the man see you with a BLT.
I think
And Simon. Come on.
Well, identities aside,
Yes, Simon is certainly the weirdest name you guys ever heard.
Exactly.
Not
This is a fantasy setting.
Geralf.
This is a fantasy setting,
Geralt.
sir. Simon is the weirdest name we've ever heard.
Ithram, can we see if there's any residual? I mean, this most likely was, 3 miscreants with a shovel, but do you have the capacity to see if there's any lingering?
I don't have detect magic. No.
Oh, all right.
One of the spells not in my book yet.
Do your fancy goggles not let you see magic?
They let me see things that are invisible.
Yeah.
Gent will flip them down, and turn them on just to see.
Out of curiosity, how many standard wizard spells does Ithram not have?
Most of them.
I've never seen him do magic missile either, so
Yeah, he's not.
If it's a spell that's
utility
iconic,
wizard.
if it's a spell that's iconic to wizards, Ithram probably doesn't have it unless it explodes.
we'll ask about it though. Anyway, I can maybe try and scry on her. That might work.
I mean, if she has been revived, probably, I would assume.
Yeah.
Ithram is a wizard, more like a sorcerer.
No, Ithrim's a wizard, more like a hipster who's like, no, that one's. I only cast detect magic ironically.
Do I detect magic? Yes, I am fucking magic.
Here, I can see if I can find her. Hang on a sec. It's gonna take
All
a
right.
while. And I'll
And
pull
we'll
out,
post up and keep an eye out.
yeah, the crystal ball that you got me. And I cast Scrying on Ariel.
You put the text, the spell thing?
Yep.
Didn't you keep a piece of Ariel's hair in case you wanted to reincarnate her?
I did. It'll destroy her body though. And
yeah, but no, like you have that. You have that for scrying purposes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. So it's a -10 on her save,
-15,
and I'm
technically,
also
'cause
familiar.
yeah.
I would assume so. 15.
Is that a -15 to what they roll?
Yep.
Yeah, minus
Yes.
15 to their save.
Okay.
Yeah, she has to make a wisdom save if she's on the same plane. If she's not on the same plane, then no dice.
So you get no reaction to the scrying spell.
Okay. Can
Nothing
I
shows up.
tell if that is her blocking it, if she's just not on this plane, if she's still dead?
You cannot tell why the spell failed, just that it failed.
Okay. Nope, nothing.
All right. I mean, simplest explanation is grave robbers.
Yeah, but
That would seem to make sense.
and this is like neat, not
I
I
do
don't
not.
know.
I would say, I would clarify,
Okay.
a corpse can't make a wisdom save.
Okay.
I do not wish to again sounding delicate, but what type of person was your friend?
ASMR bounty hunter.
Perhaps there is the desire to use certain creatures who have types of lineages could be. There are black market potential uses even if not legitimate, could be the
That's
right
fair.
charlatan could.
I mean, yes, I can imagine someone with enough charisma could sell angel's blood.
Exactly.
Anyone who wants to can make a religion check.
Okie doke.
Sure, why not?
Natural
that.
20,
Just
25.
for the lulz. Ooh, 17.
Ooh, nice. Hey.
Also on the
I
25.
wasted that roll.
10.
20.
So close, William.
So
The
everyone,
two arcane casters. We know this might be a component for.
everyone but Kalerna.
It's funny because this is my first character that is I think that has ever had proficiency in religion.
Everyone but Kalerna. You do recall at some point, you don't know where, it might have been something Ariel mentioned in passing, that ASMR have a direct connection to whatever their divine ancestor is, which from an arcane purpose is a very valuable thing, even in death, because when you need to traverse planes, for instance, having something that is of the plane you're going to is often necessary.
Even if it's the corpse of someone who isn't necessarily of that plane but has lineage of that plane.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is.
No one wants to go
Although if you
after
want to go to a lineage, or if you want to go, I mean, no, I was That's wrong. I was thinking of the god that Arya worshipped, not the god she's an ASMR of. If people would want to go to Aradanir's plane.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a number one vacation spot right there, baby.
Is that where Ted Cruz is?
No, he would not survive.
I don't think you'd be granted access.
Well, he'd be granted access. He'd just be dead in the first 5 hours.
Fair.
That is such a macabre
I
interpretation.
want to use this angel's corpse to get to the fuck dimension.
Yes, most
Holy-
arcane practitioners use special...
There's a quote.
I wish we still had Legbot. Add quote, I want to use this angel's corpse to get to the fuck dimension.
Reliquaries are common enough in a number of cults and faiths.
Who would? I suppose the question is, who would know that? Was she very obviously a Aradanir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was quite clear.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Perfect hair is a dead giveaway.
All right. So, are we tracking her down? Is that our next order of business, or?
I wouldn't
Do we have any way to do that?
not really. I can like locate an object, like one of her things, but if it's too far away, then I can't pick anything up. It's like what we did in when against stuff got stolen.
Yes, I remember.
I have to be pretty close for that to work, though.
Do you have? I do not know all of your allies or other such things. I don't know what that word.
What the fuck just happened there?
I don't know what that word is. I don't care. I'm
Other
going with
such
it.
Fangs.
It is part of the mystery that is cleared up.
Brilliant.
But do you have? Is there anybody who might be able to do some sort of a communion with Aradanir, or?
If we wanted to find someone with that level of divine power, we'd probably have to go back to Tiram.
You also know that communing with a Radanir typically involves having sex. So, whatever.
Will you pay somebody else to do it, and then they get the answer, and
I mean, sometimes people just pay for other people to do it anyway.
This is also true.
We could,
you
ask
can watch
at a
if you
temple or
want, just letting you
something.
know.
Can ask at a temple or something. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just picturing this group of adventurers like in the corner, like waiting patiently, half of them turning away, half of them watching very intently.
And just like afterwards come out with a cigarette and just, okay, I got your answers for you.
We heard.
Perhaps some sort of, if you could communicate with the
I think I might
the
be
entity
able to.
who she had a connection with.
I can do that. I need to rest, but I think I can do that.
You have contact other plane.
I have divination.
All
Not
right.
quite the same, but it'll help.
So
I can ask. Yeah.
let's get to either Taram or our estate then.
Did you want to go to Ilhanadur?
Ilhanador was where we were headed.
All right.
So you can see your mom and everything.
I mean, he's been thinking about that.
Yep. I'd like to go there.
Let's get to Ilhanadur and see where we go from there. We might learn something that'll change our next steps.
Wait, why am I on tabletop RPGs as a category? We can do Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know. Why are you?
But no, divination. Put you in contact with a god or a god's servant. Ask a single question.
Yep.
We can see. The spell never works. I just want to try it and have it. I don't know.
You can ask a single question. What
Yep.
will Titania ask? That's the
You'll
question.
see.
It probably won't be worded in a way that is helpful.
All right, so how are you getting to Ilhandur?
Tree.
All right. You walk over to a tree.
Yep.
You cast your
And-
spell.
Yep.
You have 60
Transport me a
seconds.
plant. Come on.
Yep.
Go, go,
through.
go, go, go.
Yep.
Or 6 seconds, I should say. Then you hustle through. There's once again that feeling of being squeezed through something that shouldn't be the squeezable. As you are shunted through the roots of the earth very rapidly, only for a portal to open on the other side, and all of you unceremoniously get dumped out in the middle of the streets of Ilhandur. The tall, massive trees that most of the city is built up in and around rise up above you, greeting you with their height and majesty. You are directly outside of the temple to Argon, the large hollowed out tree that is sort of the center pillar of the community.
If we want, I suppose we could ask at Argon's. Two. The possibility.
Really?
Could stop and say hello. Look over at Ghent. But welcome to Ilhandur.
Jack, you're muted in Zoom.
Apparently I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have to. Definitely should see how she's doing.
Mm-hmm. And we can stay at my grandparents' place. Grandparents?
course.
Great grandparents? I don't even remember. Hang on. I have to check.
Titania pulls out a scroll, opens it up.
Let me check the family
no,
tree here.
Titania would know this. I just don't because my brain is mush.
It's your grandparents.
Grandparents? Okay.
Grandparents.
Grandparents.
Because the one Brava married a archfey,
Yeah.
which is why
Yep.
you are a ladrin.
Yes. Uh-huh. Am I gonna explain that? No. My grandparents. We could stay there. But
Very well.
start here. Since we're here. Let's head on in. I'll lead the way into the Temple of Argon.
You enter the Temple of Argon. Once again, you find yourselves in this massive hollow tree that in the middle of which has this large sort of white oak statue to Argon that just seems to have this permanent central beam of light that is just ambient around it.
It's really light. Kalerna, do you need like sunglasses or something? I notice you squinting a lot.
Yeah, this is not really comfortable.
Weirdly, Kalerna, it's not uncomfortable. Like you can,
I take back what I said.
you can. The city itself is in dim light consistently. It's not bright light because the canopy overhead is so thick.
Okay,
And this one column of light looks like it should be painfully bright to you, but it isn't.
I'm okay at the moment. If when we go outside eventually, it will be a concern. My people are not. My people are underground people, and
We can do some shopping and see if we can find sunglasses or something. Anyway, hello. I'm gonna approach someone who looks like they work here.
Again, don't you have the Knaves
question.
patch? No, you gave it to Ariel.
Nope, that's on Ariel's.
that is
That
absolutely
was on Ariel's corpse.
absolutely on Ariel's corpse.
And we left that corpse with all of its magic items.
You
Yep.
did. This cannot be said enough times.
Nope, Mhm.
All of them
Valdeth was
except-
not involved in that decision-making
all of them-
process.
Yeah, you were. You were right there.
No,
Titania,
no, she
Titania
had
took the
left.
body out back to bury it.
Yep. I stand by my decisions.
We know.
You
It's one of the
always
things we
do.
love.
So yeah, you go in. You know that
Mhm.
she was being taken care of by the priests here,
Mhm.
Mhm.
of whom you can see several. Argon
Yeah,
priests.
again.
Argon priests are very easy to find. They're the ones walking around with scythes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gent will just go up to the closest one and ask if Lady Minar is available for a visit from her
Yeah.
solitary relative.
This it's a female wood elf, carrying again. It's and unlike some of the scythes you might have seen previously, these are literally just like farmers' scythes. They're like which they just sort of
Mhm.
have leaning against shoulder. Yes, Lady Minar is recovering in one of our hospitality areas. I will take you to her if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Just you, or you and all your friends?
Gent will look over his shoulder and see if anybody is.
Do you want us to?
If you like. You and Valdeth at least, I would hope.
Sure.
They lead you up the tree. As a reminder, the way this tree functions is basically like there's the central statue of Argon, which rises throughout the entire breadth of the entire height of the tree. This massive central pillar carved out of white oak. And then the rest of it is a hollow exterior trunk. This massive trunk that has a curving stairwell carved into it, and then a series of businesses and homes and things carved into the basically the external bark of this massive tree. It was when it was whole, it was so large that the bark stays standing even though it's been completely cored, kind of tree. Leads you up about halfway up to a point where you can basically see, you're not quite eye level with the statue, but you're close. You're close enough that it's only a little bit of a lift of the head to see the face. At which this is where the sort of the temple proper area is that you go into into the trunk of the tree. They lead you in. There's a smaller statue of Argon in here. There are a variety of seed beds throughout this area where things are growing, things that wouldn't normally grow here but are necessary. Various medicinal herbs and the like that are not native to this region, but the Temple of Argon fosters and helps to grow for their benefits and also a number of farming like vegetables and the kind of produce that can't be grown here as well, also being seeded inside the temple, as Argon is the goddess of the harvest and all of the farming and plants and things like that. You're led to down one hallway to the left as soon as you enter, and there are a series of rooms that have been that are closed off away from the rest. They're in a fairly quiet spot, but there's still this ambient light that's just sort of given off from the center of the tree. And doors open, and in one room you see, sort of with her back to you, sitting on a bed, looking out the window as light's coming in. Long red hair, still fairly frail and thin, but not gaunt like she was the last time you saw her. And off to her left, you can see the back of an easel with some ink pots and things around it. Looks like she's been painting recently. Your mother just sort of sitting there, staring out the window.
Hello, Mother.
There's
We
a
stopped in to visit.
slight, jump at the sound of noise because, as you've noticed, it's a very quiet section of this area. And she turns and looks at you. And the last time you saw her, she was near death, far paler, catatonic, far paler than you'd ever seen her. She's still pale because you're pale, but definitely looks healthier and a little less pale. Looks over and smiles. Gent. It's been
Hello.
so long since I've seen you.
I know. Lots changed. Introductions first, I guess. Lady Titania Valkorian and Thane Valdeth Stomir. This is my mother, Lady Diana of Minar.
She sort of turns on the bed. You can see she's sort of kneeling on the bed, and she's, Lady Valkorian, and she bows to you on the bed.
Nice to meet you. I will nod my head at her.
Lady Stonebeard.
These are my two fiancés.
She smiles. Congratulations, Kent. When are you getting married?
We're still working that out. There's a issue of some bounty hunters that are after me and a couple other things we probably need to clear up ahead of time, or at least account for before anything formal happens that way.
You sound
Also,
like your father.
we can talk about that later.
She seemed very entertained by this.
Also, Ithram Millar and Lady Kalirna of the
Azure Legion.
Azure Legion, yes.
Yes. Milady.
Pleasure to meet you both.
But I wanted to come and check in on you and see how you were doing and let you know what was
Come
happening
sit
with
down
me.
next to your mother.
All right. And he does.
There are chairs for the rest of you.
Thank you.
Kalern will still stay standing somewhere near the door.
I understand that it's you all that I have to thank for being here.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
I can't remember much of these past. I don't even know how many years it's been. I'm told the memories may never come back, but I'm glad of that.
Well,
I'd rather not remember what I do remember.
then we won't talk about it too much. But I'm glad you're feeling better at least.
Tell me, what's happened to the rest of our family?
Well, Uncle Alfenbar, who may or may not be a real person, apparently destroyed everything on the estate that he could manage. We lost a Darren, unfortunately. And that's apparently we're sort of the last two.
I'd feared it, but thank you for telling me.
Does the name Alphenbar mean anything to you? I'm trying to gauge her reaction because I know we've had like many people say, "Who? What?" I don't remember this person, so Titania's kind of gauging that
My brother.
right now.
My older brother was at one point in time the smartest, most powerful person in the family.
As far as most of the city is concerned, he never existed, and we're trying to get to the root of that.
Well, I'd imagine that if the city believes he doesn't exist, it's because he wants them to believe so.
That would be my surmise as well.
There was never a goal or a challenge that Alfenbar set for himself that he would not achieve. He's always been a very driven man.
Well, he definitely took credit for killing everyone.
Again, Yeah, as you're sitting next to your mom, you have a sort of a slightly more clear picture of the easel.
Mm-hmm.
And looking very slightly different, but you'd swear the person on that painting is Adam.
Huh.
Different
Okay.
color eyes, different color hair, wearing an outfit you've never seen him in,
Okay.
wielding a banner that has the symbol of Taram on it.
Mother, who's that?
Oh, I haven't felt like drawing. I haven't felt like painting him in a while. That's your father,
Oh, God.
Cain. My father told me he died. He
Mm.
took pleasure. He took pleasure in telling me that.
Well, grandfather always was a bit of a sadist when it came to what he thought was proper.
What was his name?
Cain. Cain Sharing. He was the most vibrant man I'd ever known. You take after him in many ways, Gent.
Gent is looking at that painting, trying to find any sort of physical resemblance between himself and the figure.
Physically, you're your mom's child.
Right, okay.
You get basically nothing but your gender from your father.
Okay.
You seem to think that she's more talking about your personality than anything else.
Right. Okay. Just that was sort of what he was trying to read in to that.
Yeah. No, one day many years ago, my father told me that he had received a report that Cain had been killed in action far away on what he referred to as some stupid mission. I haven't felt like painting him in a long time.
Lovely painting.
Indeed.
Do you remember the name of his Griffin company, Mother?
They were all destroyed. It was the Iron Legion.
Isn't Adam's company the Ivory Legion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just making sure there.
They flew Tyrian colors. Many of their members were formerly members of the Tyrian military. That were either left, served their time, or were discharged for various reasons.
Did you ever meet any of them?
Several. But I've been told they all died.
Could you describe a few of them?
She lists a variety of people. None of them match the individuals that you've met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making sure there.
Yeah.
And if any of the rest of you that have met Adam look at the painting, that's Adam. Like that's Adam probably 5 years younger than what you've seen him as.
And different hair color.
Well, the same hair, but he doesn't have the white streak.
Okay.
And where Adam's eyes are these black, like pupil, these sort of black irises with like a void instead of a pupil. These are just sort of like slate gray eyes, normal slate gray eyes.
Valdeth makes a mental note to have that conversation when we get to Griff Top.
And there's also no like visible scars where Adam has many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like outside of that, dead on the same fucking person.
Yep.
If Gent takes after him as much as you say, I can guarantee it wasn't any stupid mission he died for.
I'd like to believe that. But enough about me. What brings you all here?
Well, we're trying to find a line on one of our fallen, and there's a couple things that we need to look into and see if possibly the clerics here might be able to help with. And Titania's grandparents live in the city.
We're
So we were going to visit.
Yes, I've been visited by a very odd small man who mentioned something about delivering fruits on behalf of the Emperor. Is that your grandfather?
Is he small?
Not in
I
his,
don't.
not in his normal form, but he's an archfey.
No. Okay. Yeah.
It might be.
Show up as a gnome.
Could have been. I'll ask him. Fruit on behalf of the Emperor. Okay.
They were very delicious.
I'll ask. What fruit were they?
She lists off a few things, just
Okay. Kiwi.
exotic fruits that aren't grown normally in the area.
Okay.
Yeah, and Gent is very like he's just trying to absorb everything that's happening and form a new sort of a new interactive picture. Yeah, he's a little bit out of his depth, but trying to handle it as best as he can.
Well, thank you all very much for everything you've done for me and for my son.
Thanks for
Is there
answering our
anything-
questions.
Is there anything you need, Mother? Anything that's missing here?
The clerics are very kind and very caring. I have everything I need.
We're going to be setting up an estate in Grifftop if you ever want to live somewhere else.
I'd appreciate it. What's happened with our home?
Well, in the aftermath, of course, you know how property runs. So the estate has apparently left the Minar name with grandfather's death. Given that you were specifically named out of the will, but I wasn't even mentioned, most of the monetary leavings ended up in my possession. So I'm doing my best to take care of things on that front.
Good. You deserve it.
And, well, we're just going to try and take care of everything that's happening and hopefully find a decent place to settle things, I suppose.
Well, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have much to do. But I am glad you came.
I'll keep you updated. Anytime that we're back through, or once you're feeling well enough to travel, then we'll figure out where we all end up.
She looks over her shoulder out the window a little bit, and the sunlight reflects on her. And again, this is the healthiest you've seen her looking in years.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like this place.
All right. Gent will leave her with all the contact info she'd need in order to reach the place in Grifftop.
Yeah.
And he keeps kicking himself mentally for the fact that he doesn't carry around extra link pearls. Gotta make a list of all the people we need to keep in contact.
Yeah, she will entertain you all as guests for as long as you like. She's an excellent conversationalist. You all find her to be very warm and gentle. She surprisingly resilient given her frame. Like you've dropped some fairly heavy things on her, and it hasn't supremely affected her like visibly, other than what she says. And yeah, how long do you intend to stay in the presence of your mother?
Probably about an hour.
An hour, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell she enjoys the entirety of it, and she's happy again that you all have come to visit. But
and then definite promises to make sure she's at the wedding whenever that happens before we leave.
Of course.
Yep.
Well,
Bye.
You say
Head out.
goodbyes. Step
day.
outside.
It is wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you as well. Door closes behind you.
Adam.
Shh. Not a word until we're out of the temple, please.
You exit.
All right. So, first thing, we are not doing some bullshit farce where we introduce them to each other randomly at the wedding.
No, absolutely not.
Damn it.
If that's a thing that's happening, it's going to be much more simple and elegant, not
You
just
just-
trying to throw them at each other.
Just ruined Titania's plans.
We're not turning this into some fucking Disney movie.
First, we have to find out what happened, if anything.
The undead parent trap.
Well, presumably he got like sent out there and got stuck because he came out of the.
Yes, he fell out of a hole in the sky from a different world.
No,
What
came
you-
out of the
He
Shadowfell.
came out of the Shadowfront.
what you all
Okay.
what-
Shadowfront.
So just as a reminder, what you all know of Adam prior to your meeting him, he was taken prisoner at one of the garrisons along the Shadowfront after he walked out of it completely naked and unarmed, with nothing but a series of scars and a big massive fuck off scar from sternum to hips. Like
Right.
or from like collarbone to waist.
Yep.
And
So literally the same character that you played in our old like Tuesday game with the Stevens.
slightly different, but similar design.
Vaguely reminiscent, apparently.
Similar design, but not the same character. He sort of like wandered out of the through the light wall, was captured because strange person wandering from the Shadowfront.
Mhm.
Wasn't identified, had no memory of who he was or what he, where he had come from or what had happened to him. Was taken to Ram, specifically to the Weaveborn district, where he was examined, and then you guys took him to the Arcana
Magisterium.
Mysterium, the Arcana
Mhm.
Mysterium, for them to do further
Mysterium.
research on him.
Yep.
When did he acquire the name Adam?
Or Adam.
Or Adam?
He acquired the name Adam from Realnor.
Okay.
Yeah, they just named him something.
If
Adam Halmurin is his full name now.
okay,
Adam, what?
Adam
Halmurin.
Halmurin.
Okay, well, that's going to be needed to be followed up on as soon as we get back to Grifftop, probably just in case.
Definitely.
Okay, but while we're here, we should probably do some shopping and stop in with my grandparents. What else do we need? Oh,
yes,
wait. Forgot to ask at the temple to see if anyone can cast things to find her.
Right.
I'll just go do that real quick.
Okay.
I inquire at whoever led us up to the upper part of the temple.
What spell are you asking to be cast?
I'm asking for commune, probably.
All right.
Yeah, commune's the one where you can ask like 3 or 5 questions. Right?
3 questions. 3 questions
Yeah.
of a deity.
Yep.
All right. You are informed that commune would cost 5,000 gold for someone to cast commune.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll leave and inform the rest of the group. So it's 5,000 gold. I can see if my spell can maybe get us an answer, or I don't know, maybe.
Let's keep that in mind for if we need it.
Yeah. But that's that. Kit, you maybe want some link pearls as Jack has stepped away. And do we want to look for any sort of armor? Ooh, glasses, sunglasses as well while we're here.
Definitely want to see if there's anything that will protect.
We need armor for you, yes. And commune would be helpful. I guarantee there's some sort of spell you can ward an area against demons specifically, or devils, or fiends in general, which we'll need to cast for the wedding, so I don't get attacked by a bounty hunter in the middle of whatever's happening.
That's fair.
Or resolve that whole situation before that.
Yeah, I think I might be. Hang on, let me look at my spell list again. There's so many.
I don't know if Gent is particularly aware of the existence of Hallow or not, but
yeah, I don't have Hallow, but I think Druid Growth might do something similar-ish. Yeah, 24 hours. Let me see here. It is. Oh no, it doesn't. It does not prevent things from getting in. Never mind. That's a little bit different than Hallow.
Yeah, Magic Circle
The
is the thing
Private
that prevents
Sanctum
things
does
from
that.
getting in.
There we go. That's the one you can do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic Circle is the one that prevents demons from getting in, but it's a very small area.
It is.
The private sanctum will help as well, although that just prevents people from teleporting in.
Yeah, they can still walk in.
Yeah.
We'll just stand.
No,
real close.
Hallow, I think, is the only spell that would
Yeah.
literally prevent fiends from entering a given area.
We've got some things we should.
Well,
Yeah.
Hallow and Magic Circle. How just Magic Circle's very small.
Right.
But yeah.
Hallow doesn't prevent them from entering; it just prevents them from teleporting in or entering via interplanar means.
Yep.
No, it says first, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead can't enter the area. Second paragraph.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hallow's a great spell. It's expensive.
You just have to.
It does last until dispelled, though.
You just have to find somebody who's already hallowed to have your wedding. Then.
I mean, we could possibly do that as well.
Okay.
Search for hallowed.
Should we go shopping first?
Right. So Gent pulls up Google Maps and starts.
Hallowed, not hollow.
Hallowed. No, you just pull up Google and go hallowed grounds near me.
Near me, right? Yeah. Perfect.
So doing some shopping.
What are you looking for to shop?
What's that special wood armor stuff that has been mentioned before, but I'm, as a player, am blanking on?
Ironwood, I'm assuming?
Ironwood, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, you wanted some for the last ring.
Yes,
too. There were,
indeed, definitely.
I remember that bit.
Yeah, you can find.
Actually, now that we're here, I can ask about that.
You can indeed find an ironwood sculptor. You find it's this. It is this individual that is. It takes you a few minutes or a few moments upon looking at them to realize what they are. They are a half wood elf, half mountain dwarf, which is very hard to like. It's sort of like you see like it's. They look basically like a human, but slightly broader in certain places and slightly lither in other places. It's very weird to look at. It's not something you see very often.
So they look like an anime human,
Where
they're just like all muscle here and then very thin waist.
Yeah, it's like they've got like the perfect. They've got like the perfect like upside down Dorito body kind of thing.
Right. Oh, okay. They're yeah.
Yeah, but they're slightly shorter than all of you, but not well except for Valdeth. They're taller than Valdeth. Yeah, it's a weird. It's one of the weirder combinations you've ever seen. Very fine beard. Who is an ironwood sculptor and is happy to take any requests.
I'm looking for some level of decent armor, yes, that would hopefully fit Titania as, or at least, well, you tell him what you want. I don't know.
I want some nice armor. I guess. I keep getting hit by things. You do
She's
like
a druid and would
I
like the
don't-
highest quality armor that she can functionally wear while maintaining her casting capacity as a druid.
Yes. Also, like it gets hot. I don't really want to wear armor.
So
Just
what?
something that doesn't feel like armor while you're wearing it.
What's the highest armor quality you can or what's the highest armor quality you have proficiency with?
Medium.
Medium. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we can make you some. We actually have quite a number of druids that come requesting armor here, using our proprietary ironwood technology, of course. Well, if we're looking at something that'd fit you but wouldn't feel too much like armor, we can do that. We'll have to take your measurements, but we can work on your. Are you looking to have it fitted, or are you looking at something that's a little bit baggier?
Fitted, please.
Or are you looking at, well, are you desiring, it's going to be functional no matter what, but are you desiring form as well?
Yes.
Form and function, fitted. We'll get your measurements. Let's see, we'll be looking at
Equivalent of wooden half plate.
Yeah.
Or breastplate. I don't know if I want the disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
It won't have disadvantage on stealth because it's made of iron. Because it's made of ironwood.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll be able to make you some ironwood half plate.
Ooh.
Just need to get your measurements really quick, and he pulls out a measuring tape and starts, going all around the
Yep.
places.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wearing? You're not wearing a bra of holding right now, are you?
No, I'm not. It broke.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure Valdeth didn't have a spare one in.
Yeah.
My spares are at the site they were getting moved. They got moved with personal stuff.
Yep. So you get true measurements.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It'll move freely. It won't give you any sort of a dexterous disadvantage for anything like that. And it'll be a little bit more magically enchanted to have a bit more protection than normal. So for a druid's half plate, you're looking at sort of goes back to his books and figures out a little bit of math, which I am figuring out by looking up.
Half plate is
$750 for half plate.
Normally.
And so very rare.
Yeah, however you want to multiply for magic item.
Lion.
Which presumably Gent will throw money at.
Hopefully. Got 880 gold. Trying to save him for emergencies.
So that'll be 50,000 gold for the commission. We'll get you a decent druid's half plate.
We'll find out what Gent. There he is.
Yeah.
A bank person.
Yep, I heard from the other room.
Hey, sugar daddy,
Cool.
50,000 gold.
I'll mark it.
Sweet.
Okay, well, it'll take us about 2 days to get the ironwood shaped.
Okay.
When you got him in something else as well.
Certainly.
And she will pull them aside and just show them the designs of the ring.
Very, very intricately carved. Yes, we could do this as well. Are you looking to have it enchanted or simply the ring?
Likely going to get it and 2 other rings enchanted together. So just the ring for the moment.
It'll carve it with ether lines, so it'll be easier to enchant then.
Thank you.
This will just be a small bit of work. Few hours work at tops. 500 gold.
I will give them 500 gold.
This I can do right now if you'd care to watch.
Certainly.
It takes you into the workshop, and you see like there are basically long various cuts of this iron wood, which you have seen before. It's this sort of steely gray. It's a steely gray like bark that you've seen people like sort of testing blades on, and it reacts almost like a whetstone does, rather than like wood would. It doesn't give at all. In fact, the blade gets sharpened against it. And it takes a smaller, like sort of like a fist-sized block of this wood, puts it onto a table where there doesn't seem to be any tools, pulls out a violin and bow, and begins to play. And as the music plays from the violin, you sort of see visually this magical essence radiate off of the instrument and flow into the block of wood, which begins to shift its shape.
Cool.
And you sort of watch over the course of the next hour, this person just plays constantly.
Look,
stopping.
it changes as I play. Just playing that soundbite from Dawn of War of the Wraithbone Singers.
Yep. Just constantly playing this violin, and as they do, the block rapidly shifts. It shears off aspects of itself. Almost as if some invisible person was picking it up and grinding it away like you would normally do when shaping wood, or carving it away like you would normally do. And after a few hours, they stop. They go over. They pick up this unfinished ring, pick up a small crystal chisel, and very rapidly sort of scratch in lines with this crystal chisel. And you watch the chisel actually wears away, leaving behind sort of a trail of dust on the ring as they do it. This rapid series of scratches. Puts it back down, goes back to playing the violin again. And you watch as this bits of dust sort of carve into and embed themselves into the ring. And after those few hours are done, they present you with this finished carved ring that has these little bits of ethereal crystal embedded in it. There you go. One ring. Fit to be enchanted.
Thank you.
And you notice that now that it's finished, that iron wood has gone from being that steely gray to sort of a deep, rich brown.
Very nice.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to bid, or shall we get on with the half plate?
I think that's it for now.
All right, well, come back in a few days and we'll have your order ready.
Thank you very much.
What kind of shields do they have here?
A wide variety of shields you can see on the wall. Mostly made of varying different kinds of wood. There are a few ironwood shields as well, but shields are easier to be made from all manner of different kinds of wood. So
Yeah. Okay.
are you wanting to buy a shield?
Yeah, I wanted to see if maybe they had any that were already enchanted.
Yeah, they have a couple of ready-mades.
Okay.
If you're looking to get for 20,000 gold, you can get basically an ironwood shield that is basically a +2 shield.
Okay. I'll take note of that.
The only person who's got that much money at the moment is Gent.
Yep.
I have 500 that already has at least 100 earmarked for other things.
I have 2,000, counting my 207 platinum.
Sounds like y'all need to do some jobs that pay money.
Yeah.
It has been a while since you've done a job.
I
that
mean,
paid money.
It has.
Unfortunately, to do that, we have to not be getting hounded by demons at every turn.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a.
compared to y'all, I'm relatively poor. Because visionary mission work doesn't pay well. I have like 600 gold.
Yeah.
You still have. Yes.
Okay. To my grandparents?
Certainly.
Okay.
So you head up tree.
Yep.
Towards where your grandparents' house is. You find the front door. On it there is a sign.
Okay.
The sign says "Gone fishing,"
Oh.
and then underneath it there's another sign that says "We'll be back?" ? And then attached to that there's like a post-it note that shows a satyr on one side and a giantess on the other side, and something like to scale looks like it's probably like a whale between them.
Yep. Oh, they've gone on a trip. Well, would it be
That must
terribly
be nice for them.
Yeah. Would it be terribly rude to just go in? I can teleport in and open the door.
If you
That
think
would probably be a bit rude, yes.
A little bit.
if you think that'd work.
It's your family.
They are my family. They don't have earrings. Dang it. We need to give people earrings.
They have plenty of earrings. They just don't have your link pearls.
They don't have link
And
pearls.
again, those earrings do have a maximum range. to
No,
them.
these ones don't.
Well, you can send to any other link pearl.
Yeah, that's just on this plane.
We have the expensive ones, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's listened in before.
That's when you've learned they've gone to the elemental plane of water, down to Leviathan.
Yeah, they could have. I give a knock on the door and just say into the ether, "Hi, it's me, Titania. You seem to be out."
If you don't want me to come in, say don't come in the next 5 seconds. 4, 3.
Just the
So-
sound of wind blowing through the trees.
It's just the sound of wind.
What is it you wanted to tell them or ask them?
Well, I figured we might stay here, just and I also wanted to see if they could maybe find Ariel, but they're gone. We could stay at an inn, I guess.
I mean,
I have.
however long you feel the need to stay here for, but also remember that you can travel back here via plants, even if we go somewhere.
Yeah. This is just, that's true. This just has big trees nearby. The divination thing. Well, the other thing is that the divination thing I can do, I don't know if it'll work. If we can't, then maybe we have to go back to Argon's temple, test there. I guess we could. Okay. Do you want to go back to Trom?
Good.
Or you can go see your house that you haven't been in yet.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
true. Yeah. I can't get us there. Well, I can, but it'll hurt.
I mean, you can scry on it, and then
The house. Yeah.
yeah, because that's a location that you can scry on the town and find a tree,
Well, I know trees.
and we can go in the
nearby,
morning.
But I can't go today because I used that spell.
Yeah,
Unless I use ether for it, which
and as far as I understand, John, you can't use etheric casting until you're completely out of magic.
Correct.
Yeah,
well, give me some time. I could spend a whole bunch of spells.
cast every cure wound slot you have.
No, I was gonna do something much more dramatic, but it's become a small firework, etc. No, what do you think? Go to Grifftop. I can get us there. It just will take me a little bit to prep.
I think we can head for Rooftop. I mean, whether we go there by transporting via plants or not, transporting via plants will probably be faster than walking, even if it takes a day for you to prepare.
Yeah.
Where'd you leave your Valakua?
They're at the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. We didn't take them.
Durin and the
Some
others
more.
took them. Yeah.
Yeah, Durin
Yeah,
and
we
the
did.
others took them to
We did.
move when they
Yeah,
were moving
we
all
did.
of our stuff.
But yeah, I can get us there today if we want to. It just I need to drain a bunch of magic.
Let's not do that. Let's just find a nice inn for the night and go there in the morning.
Okay.
So,
Because you know the moment you do that is the moment a demon decides to attack us in the middle of the town.
Yeah.
you head to the Acorn's Rest, which is an inn nearby.
Okay.
Has an acorn theme to everything.
Oh, it's adorable. I
The-
love it.
The soap bars in the bathroom are acorn shaped.
Yes.
Like,
This is
the-
great.
the owner and the tavern keeper of the inn is like a halfling with like acorn cufflinks and acorn earrings.
Do you have acorn themed drinks?
Yes.
It's a good thing that none of us have a nut allergy.
Oh yeah, no, it's a terrible idea for someone with a nut allergy.
yeah.
Jack just shaking his head. Night's Rest is 2 silver apiece. Cody?
Yeah. After we find this place, but before we turn in, gonna go look for an arcane scribe.
Yeah, you can find one.
To see if I can find some scrolls.
Yeah, you can find a scroll shop. What are you
Okay.
looking for?
It has been on the list for quite some time. Detect magic.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious whether you'll just completely avoid Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion the instant you've got 7th level spell slots.
No, because Mighty Fortress isn't until 8th. So then I can have a mansion inside a fortress.
Mm.
A mansion inside a fortress. Yeah, 100 gold will get you a scroll of detect magic.
Okay. Then I'll get back, spend the next 2 hours when I get back to the inn, and
So
now I have it.
As we learned, if you're learning from a scroll and not a spell book, you make a roll. Apparently, we learned this the other day.
That I had forgotten.
We learned this the other day when I was trying to learn stuff from a spell.
That's right.
So it's an Arcana roll, I believe.
So
Let me
then,
look up
while
the-
I do
let me
that,
look up
I
the
will
wizard
cast
stuff.
enhanceability on myself.
But you don't have to spend any resources because the resources have already been spent into the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, let me look it up. So yeah, I'm just gonna read this because I didn't realize this until we learned this the other day. Because it's on the information isn't in the wizard; it's on the spell scroll, like magic item, is where the information is. So a wizard spell on a spell scroll can be copied into just as spells in spellbooks can be copied. When a spell is copied from a spell scroll, the copier must succeed on an Intelligence Arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. So in this case, 11. If the check succeeds, the spell is successfully copied. Whether the check succeeds or fails, the spell scroll is destroyed. And if you fail, I get to use the variant rule of scroll mishaps.
All right.
So yeah, make an Arcana roll.
All right. I cast enhanceability just because in the off chance I literally have to roll a 1 to not do this. 28.
Yep. The scroll disappears and the spell appears in your book.
Awesome.
The hilarious thing is if you rolled a 1, you could saving face to match the DC.
Yeah, but natural.
You would
ones,
have
so
somebody
I'll
would have to
failure.
be in the room with me and watch me. Like, is he about to
Yeah.
fuck this
For
up? And the
hours.
only person that would recognize that I was about to fuck it up would be Gent.
I mean, one person would do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the natural ones are always a failure. Isn't actually raw. It's just how we usually run things.
Yeah.
Like strictly speaking, the only things that automatically succeed on a 20 are attack rolls and death saves that have special rules for natural 20s.
But yeah. But you don't have Gent voyeuristically watching you learn a scroll, so.
Technically, that's not. Death saves automatically succeed on anything for a 10 or above. There's no bonus to it, so it doesn't, or negative, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but natural 20s still have the effect if you get up with 1 hit point.
That's not a special rule.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a crit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Kalerna.
Yes.
Wanna go out drinking with me?
I am not a big drinker, but I will certainly go out with you.
Sure. Okay.
Titania goes, one more to the polycule. Click.
No, she's not thinking that yet. She's thinking this person has had no life. Let's go have fun. Yeah, she's gonna start at the bar down in the inn we're staying at and try and see if there's anything going on tonight here in Ilhanador. Ilhanador, thank you. I keep messing this two up.
Ilhanador, as opposed to Eleonora.
Mm-hmm.
So Ilhanador is a farm town more than anything else. Like it's a big farm town, but it's a farm town.
Okay.
/ lumberjack town. There are lots of lumberjacks here.
If you've lived down in the south for very long, you know how a farm town can go crazy sometimes. Some nights.
Well, that's the thing. Once the sun goes down, people are either asleep or partying. There is no in between.
Cool.
Because either you have work tomorrow or you don't.
I don't, so.
So you absolutely can
technically.
You absolutely can find the various youths of the town that do not have work tomorrow, of varying different stripes. Many of them are wearing what is very obviously plaid, because lumberjack town too. Man, like there's like
delightful.
There's a healthy night culture in Ilhanador that you can find. Lots of drinking and eating and other things behind the barn.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt
accompanying you.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to contact a Radnir tomorrow, so I'm gonna party. Sort of like.
Very well. Yeah, it is so clear that she thinks that she assumes, even if stated explicitly not, she is there as bodyguard.
Oh God. Okay, so like
she is keeping an eye out. She's watching your drink, etc.
So like, what do you do for fun? There's gotta be other stuff besides you're standing around looking all serious and shit.
I mean, for fun. I don't adventure, excitement.
Awesome.
But like
for fun.
fun in between the
yeah.
adventuring, or
you do need time for sleep and travel and other such things.
Garth Brooks ain't going down till the sun comes up playing in the background.
Do you have any friends that you hang
out? I do not. That depends upon your definition of friends.
There's a dragonborn breath spitting contest happening in the background.
Ooh,
the gold dragonborn is winning right now.
Yeah. Like
I have comrades that I have traveled with, and
are we comrades?
I would believe so.
cool, but like friends, more like.
What is the
Who's
difference?
worried that you're like? Because you just like what got called.
But
to
this is
go
what
help
this is what
us?
the Legion does.
Huh?
We get called for we get called to question missions and yes, there are certainly some that stay back home and defend. That is what they are called to do. In my case, I received my vision from the god whose name I swear I remember.
Hydratos.
Hydratos, thank you. From
Yeah.
Hydratos, and that meant it was time for me to go
But
and
like,
fulfill it.
have you ever ignored a call? You know, like I was busy, the earrings
don't
ringing,
understand.
and I don't really want to answer it right now.
Are you saying that like times I did not realize I was being called?
No, more like you're just ignoring it because you're busy doing other things, more interesting things.
Like what more interesting things or other things would you be talking? Like Hydratos does not understands what my mission is and would not, if there was anything more that she needed me to do, it would be clearly he understands what I'm doing now. So if she wants me to do something else, it must be by definition more important than this one. So
Perfect.
Watching Titania try and process.
As you're looking at
Like
you're looking at Kalerna, Titania,
Yeah.
behind Kalerna, there is like a group of what are very clearly like teenagers, like arms and legs locked together, forming a human wheelbarrow. No, not sorry.
Oh,
A human water wheel, and are beginning to
uh-huh.
roll down the street.
He's not making this up. This is a thing that happens.
God.
Group cartwheel kind of thing?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's like
Awesome.
gymnastics, but redneck.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
You tuck your chin. You grab the person in front of you's leg. Someone grabs your feet. You tuck your chin and you roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've done this at college. Yeah. Mhm.
I've never heard of this before. Like, for fun. Okay. Like this. And she's gonna pull out. This is stupid. It's not gonna work because it's not doing anything, but she's gonna do it.
hey, I'm
So
excited.
I can't wait to see what this is.
The dead fairy dust.
Ah.
So you pull out nothing.
Yeah, it completely
it just
disintegrated.
Yeah, it
disappeared? Okay,
disintegrated,
I thought
yeah.
it might be just dust. Okay.
No,
Uh
the fairy dust disintegrated when it went away.
oh shit, it's gone. Dang it. Okay, never mind. Like this, and she's gonna teleport away. She's gonna phase step. I'm gonna use that up.
Okay. There's a of smoke.
There, yeah.
Doesn't that
and leave.
do something dangerous from the place that you leave from?
It does. It does.
Which season are you in right now?
That's spring.
Isn't that fire?
No, that's summer.
Okay.
Yeah, she's. Yeah, actually, she'd probably be in autumn by this point, considering what's been happening. Yeah. So 2 people that I land near have to make charisma saves.
So that you land near, or that were near you when you left.
That I land near. Autumn is afterwards. Immediately after you use your face step.
Oh yeah, winter and spring are before, and autumn and summer are after.
Yep.
All right. I'll just roll 2d20s and see what happens.
Cool.
Oh, so you're not landing near any of us? Okay.
I assume you're not here.
One of them saves,
Party.
one of them fails.
Wow.
Did you just
All right.
kill somebody?
No, just charm them.
No. They're charmed.
One person is like very clearly like heart eyes at Tanya. The other person's like, "Whoa, somebody just appeared. I must have drank too much."
I'm
should drink
going
more.
to kiss them.
Yeah.
I'm feeling in a mood.
You begin to make out with this stranger
Yep.
that is charmed by you.
Yep.
That's not date rapey at all.
Yeah. And I'm going to just continue on in that.
Where
vein.
did you teleport to?
Welcome to Club 5.
Away from you.
Like visually out of sight?
Out of range. Yep.
Yeah, she just vanished in a puff of smoke and leaves.
Yep.
He's going to start hunting for
Yep.
And while that's going on, we're going to take a break. So,
Yep.
if you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And also remember, when we take a break, you take a break. So get up, stand up, stretch your legs, move around, get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're back.
Really, a brief can be a novel if your extent of length is the Silmarillion.
True. And also, I mean, like lawyers use briefs all the time, and they never seem to be very short.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so Kalerna,
Yes.
your
So-
your bodyguard position has come into question.
Yes. So she gets a little bit tense. And she is immediately going to we were in a bar somewhere like that, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Quick look around and then quick run outside.
Now, when you say gets a little bit tense, are we talking like iBoy levels of gets a little bit tense or Wolverine levels of gets a little bit tense? Because there's...
I feel like it's present gets a
A
little
little more
tense.
iBoy. A little more
Okay,
iBoy.
good. All right, good.
Yes.
So basically,
There's
she
no mass
leaves,
murdering.
and there are not corpses falling behind her
No.
in her wake.
That's
Okay, good.
Runs outside, takes a look around.
There are people currently racing logs down the street. There are a variety of people in a variety of states of undress and a variety of darkened corners.
Right.
There are a few people passed out in the mud. There are a few people using the people passed out in the mud as furniture.
But there is no there are no druids.
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. I just grab the first person that's nearby. Pull closer. Elven lady, have you seen her? Did she teleport into this area? Did she get kidnapped in this area?
You grab a dragonborn by the
Yes.
chest, pull over. He looks down at you, confused, opens his mouth to speak, and you see fire as they begin to burp flames.
I am dodging that shit.
You duck, and there's just a gout of
Actually-
fire over your head.
Actually, you know what? I'm not dodging. I'm preventing it at the source.
Just clap his mouth shut.
No, I'm punching him in the throat.
Throat punches.
You punch him in the throat. The fire still comes out. It just sort of like sprays now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just
I like the idea that it sprays like just on either side.
Yeah, it's just like. And it just sort of falls back over and hits the ground unconscious.
She says something in Elven. And yeah, she is going to start running around questioning people. There is sudden interrogation going
Are
on.
all these questions as violent as the first one?
Give me an investigation check
Yep,
with your strength.
it's my strength-based investigation.
And
Okay,
Titania, give me a stealth check with your charisma.
All right. I love
so
these.
the basic strength roll then, because I'm not proficient in investigation.
Okay.
22.
All right.
This is gonna be
The worst part is
plus
you have a
one then.
roll, so I can't like
guess.
warn people that they
21.
Yeah.
So close.
So close.
Do you have any
so
inspiration you'd like to
beautiful.
use?
Oh goodness. You know what?
Though I will say that was a
Coming.
19 you rolled versus an 18 Kalerna rolled.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna
But
save
you
it.
could get the 20.
I could, but I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
This is okay.
What state does Kalerna find you in, Titania?
Well, I was trying to get distracted from her being very just following the letter of the law. So, in between a couple people, but she does find me. I've still got like most of my clothes on.
You
Hi!
find a writhing chorus of bodies with Titania in the center.
Hi!
Very,
Tanya,
you know,
I
For anyone that's played Persona, it's very Queen Harlot.
I found you good. Do not mind me. I will just be standing here.
Do you want to join in?
No, that is quite fine.
Yes, but if you're gonna keep an eye on things, isn't it easier if you're in the middle of the action?
No, that would actually make it much harder, I would imagine.
Sure.
Jacob, a very uncomfortable.
And that's where we'll fade to black.
I will eventually. I think she extracts herself after a certain point. Like, okay, I'm ready.
You distract yourself after you're done.
Yeah.
Many hands make light work.
It's true.
So, you all get a long rest.
Oop.
In various forms. And wake up the next morning. Ithram,
Yes.
what you doing?
I'll go down for breakfast because I'm assuming I wake up earlier than everybody. Normally it was me and Ariel.
Yep.
Fair.
And
Serving acorn pancakes.
yeah, why not? He'll have some. And then
Hazelnut drip, which is the weird part, really.
he'll wait for Gent to come down, and then because he wants to talk to him.
Yep. Yeah, Gent will be up fairly early, comparatively speaking, and yeah, he'll come down, and if Ithram's there, just grab something to eat and or drink and just pull up next to him.
It's a bit much for the theme. I'm not used to it, but pancakes are good.
Yeah, no, they do fairly well, I think. I'm surprised they don't have more squirrels running around.
The squirrels are trained.
I think that it would be maybe they'd gather the nuts. I don't know, but a health issue.
Ithram, you see a squirrel on the far wall behind Gant that Gant can't see. Just dashing past.
Is it a familiar or an actual squirrel?
It's wearing a hat, so you're not certain.
Yeah.
Go either way.
Yeah. Wizards, why not? I was wondering, we learned quite a bit yesterday. Would you be perhaps keen to would I be able to borrow some money for some incense to see if we could learn anything perhaps about Adam, or from the painting we saw yesterday, your father, or even your uncle?
Absolutely, yes. No, let's.
If they have the quality they seem to have, then perhaps I have a spell that we could potentially learn more about them.
Excellent. Yes, no, more knowledge is better in this case. Most cases, but this specifically.
Yes. We've had very little to go on, and this seems like a
place to start as any.
Yes, a nice but yeah, just need to go get 500 gold worth of incense and then spend the next.
All right, let's buy this town out of incense.
It's very hard to do that. You find 500 gold worth of incense, but you're not buying this town out of incense. Not even you, moneybags.
And then when we get back, go into his room and.
You bring anybody else along?
Oh yeah, I'll wait till everybody's, because I'm assuming us getting this will take a while and everybody else can wake up by the time we get back.
Room.
Yeah.
I mean, Valdeth is
we're going divination.
Valdeth is probably up like one of the earliest of the group, generally speaking, but.
Yeah, Kalerna will be up very early because
really,
basically Titania is the only one that sleeps in.
Yeah. So we'll just start the casting.
Well, you just go into Titania's room and start casting.
Right? Yeah, she'll wake up. She'll wake up partway through, and then she can be here. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Titania, you wake up with your room being invaded.
Hello.
Hi there. We brought you incense.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's not for you. It's for the spell.
Oh. What spell?
Ithrim's going to find information out for us.
Okay.
Hey, Tanya. I'm
Clarina?
pretty sure, by the way, Clarina has not stopped blushing since last night. Like full, 8 hours.
Deep purple skin right now.
Perfect.
Which name did we want to ask about first? Kane or Adam?
Let's ask about Kane first. See what happens.
He had a brother named Abel.
And he killed him.
They live in the house of secrets and/or mysteries, right?
Yes, they do,
Mm-hmm.
and possibly will bring about Gehenna,
Right.
as you do.
So
when
you
you're
spend
king.
10 minutes.
yeah.
What does your casting of legend lore look like, Ithrim?
So he'll set the 4 strips of ivory kind of diagonal at corners, and then the way that he burns the smoke, it kind of fills into a little pyramid, and then the smoke is being held inside of an arcane pyramid, and then we see the visions of whatever information we need to in that smoke.
Okay. So you spend 10 minutes in casting, and you learn. Kane Sharing was the leader of a Griffin company known as the Iron Legion. They were a group of Tyrian loyalists made up mostly out of former Tyrian military members who were renowned for being not the greatest Griffin company of the time, but one of them. They were in the top 10 basically of Griffin companies. And it is widely understood that they went off on a dragon hunting mission and never came back. However, that is a ruse spread by the Tyrian military in order to hide their true goal, which was they were the first Griffin company sent to investigate the Shadowfront. This was at a time, you understand from the information you receive, where information about the Shadowfront was very limited, and they didn't know much about it, and it was also much smaller and not as big of a threat. This was long before the Light Wall was created. They ventured deep into the heart of the uncharted frontier and never returned. Save for Kane, who, after dying at the hands of an incarnation of Eidos that spouted out from the Shadowfront, was revived from the very same power that killed him. At which point he found he could not die, but also had no memories, and returned to the only place that he could think of, which was Tehran.
Okay. So yeah, I'll relay that, because does it say it's only I can see, or
Yeah, the information only goes to you.
okay, then yeah, I'll relay that as I learn it.
Oh, that's all right. I suppose that gives us probably more background than most.
Yes, that is.
A lake, maybe? An incarnation?
An avatar, sort of like the statue we encountered, I would surmise.
Yes,
He didn't defeat it, so it's still out there.
Yes, it seemed to have killed him and his party.
That's worrying, but I think most of us knew that we were headed for some sort of collision with that side of things eventually.
When we eventually try and put an end to the Shadowfront, we're probably going to have to kill that avatar.
And we may need him with us when we do.
Maybe.
We'll have to see. And Gent will help Ithram clear and reset for the Alphenbar cast.
Yeah. Tell me if whatever you're comfortable with sharing, the more I know about them, the easier the spell, the more information I may learn.
Ah,
I appreciate that
Alphenbar was
it consumes the incense, but not the ivory strips. By the way, apparently.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Uncle Alphenbar returned from where he had gone into overseas areas where we had some influence. Was sort of doing ambassador work for the house to an extent. He's my mother's elder brother. They're three of my cousins were his children. Very skilled wizard, and did a great amount to further the interests of the Minar name and holdings. When he returned home, he took me under his wing a bit. I was more or less the last person that anybody was really taking much interest in the house besides my mother. Taught me most of what I know of arcane theory, and eventually I began assisting him on some of his own research and efforts. About that same time, I was sneaking out to try and find myself at least some level of freedom out in the city, as greater parts of the city as a whole. And Uncle Alphenbar caught me coming back one night and told me that my evening explorations were at an end, and that's when he began utilizing me more in his ritual preparations, and then used me and my blood as one of the substances in opening whatever portal he vanished through, and then demons came through and killed a couple people, and everything was chaos, and nobody believed me.
Make an Arcana check, Gent.
Okay.
And Ithram.
Nope, I thought it rolled it. Nope, that one's
22.
26.
As Gent is telling the story for the first time to you, Ithram, and for the first time in a while, Gent, that you've spoken of it, it suddenly strikes you. It strikes both of you. If the amount of blood needed didn't kill you, why did he need your blood? If you're of the same blood, he could have used his own.
But after he conducted that ritual, then he was gone, and everything went to shit afterwards.
It might not be the Minar blood, but rather Cain's blood that's important there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That should be more than enough. Thank you. With that new information, I will cast Legend Lore on Alphenbar Minar.
You spend 10 minutes, cast a spell. You receive no information.
Okay, then.
You do know the qualifying factors for why you would receive no information based on the spell.
Yeah. But he also, people have straight up forgotten about him, so I'm sure it's not
You would know
out of the realm of possibility that he...
You would know that this isn't the kind of spell that can be removed, that the information can be removed from by a wish spell.
Okay.
Like legend lore would always reveal it, even if it has been occulted.
The person whose name is Alphenbar Minar is of no legendary importance.
All right.
The person who was standing in for him, however,
Well then,
Anything?
doesn't seem to meet the same criteria. He does not. He doesn't seem to possess the quality that you'd need to basically have your history recorded in the aether of magic.
Interesting. All right.
was the spell cast just using his name or his description without his name?
I mean, I use all the information I know about them,
Ithram's never seen him.
and I've never seen him, so
Yeah,
it would
so-
only be his name.
Can we try again with his description instead without using his name?
We could
I suppose.
instance run.
Gent will give
Yeah.
give the best physical description of.
You have magic,
This
illusion
individual.
magic. Just
Gint,
I don't.
Gint would
I
have
have gun magic.
Gint has bullet magic. Illusion magic. Bam! That's what he looks like.
I
yeah,
do-
shoot the spot and make the illusion come to.
I do have one spell I could cast that would let me read it over to see if you can share. You can communicate.
I mean, detect thoughts or Rary's telepathic bond would probably work.
Yeah, and I have both of those. Detect thoughts would probably
Yeah,
work
no,
best
if you-
because
yeah,
Rare's. So he pulls out the
Gent will
crystalline.
just fix an image of Alfenbar in his mind. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so Ithram will pull out his crystalline chronicles. Actually, no, that he could prepare that at the beginning of the day. So since it's a new day, and yeah, he'll cast detect thoughts, and then if it's a surface thought, then yeah.
Yep.
But otherwise, I have to, unless you just let me in. So
Oh yeah, no, he'll just.
all right, get an image of Alfenbar Minar if I
Mhm.
can.
Okay.
Yep.
Get that image.
All right, we need more incense. Or wait,
Yeah, you need more incense.
yeah.
Use
Yeah,
the
because we only
incense-
spent 500, right?
Yeah, use
Yeah,
the
So we
incense
make
to get no information.
we take a brief casting break and go grab some
Yeah.
more incense.
Everybody grab some snacks.
Spend 10
Stretch your
minutes.
legs.
I'd say
And
get
then-
some spare incense in case we need to do this again in the future.
Yeah,
You spend the incense.
and then I'll cast it using a 6th level.
You cast the spell using the vision that you have of Alfenbar Benar, using that rather than using the name this person whose image I have in my head.
Mhm.
Galadir Alunai is a near immortal
Fucking
wizard,
God damn
son
it.
of a bitch!
who has been around since the creation of the
Fucking
world.
wizards.
Formerly a member of the Azure Legion, who has spent his life devoted to the study of magic and how it might be utilized to both to extend his own life and also to gather greater and greater power. You get a list of like too much information for you to properly like acquire in your brain, as this is a person who's been alive for over 10,000 years and who maintains a base of operations in the frozen wastelands north of Desolation.
Is this
Little
from
is-
the max
little-
velocity of a chicken exiting the orbit? What?
Little is known about his current activities. He has not left his tower in the last 5,000 years, having used his body as a sealing device for an extra dimensional threat that was brought through into this world at its creation. You learn from the spell that the person you see is Galadir Alunai, and Galadir Alunai has not left his tower in the last 5,000 years.
If he is as powerful a wizard as this says, He probably
yeah.
has clones.
Is the most
And if
powerful
there's an
wizard,
extra dimensional being,
is the most powerful wizard in
Mhm.
Gran Terra.
Yeah.
Period. End of sentence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably has at least half a dozen clones just in that general vicinity. I'm sure he's got more planted around the continent.
Yeah, right. All over the fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
Wizards.
Son of a bitch. I'm so happy.
And I'll relay that as I.
That's the
As
name
I-
that
Yes,
Weaveborn told me months ago that we should look into. He's the expert on that's the man he said was an expert on blood magic.
Yes.
As it turns out, more than he knew.
Oh,
All right.
we've got to beat up a wizard.
Well, if he hasn't left his tower
There
in
is no winning
5,000
this.
years,
When he said we have to beat up a wizard, he goes, "There is no chance."
if he hasn't left his tower in 5,000 years, either one of his clones has gone rogue or is wearing his face, or something else is wearing his face, or something along the lines. If the man himself has not done this, someone wearing his face has, whether it's a clone or something else.
The legend lore does not say anything about the eradication of the Minar family or anything like that you would expect.
Right, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so we have someone impersonating an extraordinarily powerful wizard.
Who is
Also
then impersonating your uncle by turn.
Right. Okay, this is getting very complicated, and I think we need to go
See, we thought my
find
family
this
chose.
Galadir. Right?
So we would have
All
to.
right.
Would the simplest path be teleportation, circle the core, and then up through desolation?
You would pass through the Umbral Forest into Desolation, then north. The simplest path would actually just be to cross the Desolation Channel, find a dock on the other side.
Isn't that is that where we are right below right now?
Yeah,
Isn't
the
it?
Desolation.
Yeah,
Imagine
Desolation
where we
Channel
are.
is the water just to north of
Yeah,
us, right? Yeah.
Okay.
We're literally on the coast of it.
Yeah, like there's docks in Grifftop
Mhm.
to get down to.
Docks in Elhanador, that's where we met your grandmother the first time.
That's their
Uh-huh.
private dock.
Oh, okay.
There are docks in Elhanador, but that's their private dock.
Gotcha. We've got our own private dock back in Grifftop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have a boat.
I'm sure we can figure that out.
You have a private dock,
Commandeer
but no
one?
boat you use on it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We could commandeer one. We could become pirates.
Sorry, what?
We already know pirates.
We do?
Yes, remember the Aether Stone? Technically, they're not pirates. They're more privateers, most likely, but
I will
No.
be confessing that I am a little less
Oh.
comfortable than
The
with
ones that took
idea
us
of being
down
pilots.
to meet Prince Zane and
Well,
everyone in.
Oh, that's right.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kalerna, nothing will come of it.
Very good.
See what's going to happen, Kalirna, is we're going to get on a ship that's crewed by a whole bunch of Warforged. Then someone will fall out of the sky and give my girlfriend a horribly powerful magical artifact. She will make a much wiser decision this time.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
sure that
teasing.
she will.
I made great decisions. I was thinking about trying
Looking out the window.
divination. The divination. To see if I can get any answers about that before we head out. Try and get a
Alright.
ship and go that way. Okay. I cast divination.
So, do you have
let me
incense
put-
and a sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion,
Oh god.
together with at least 25 gold, which the spell consumes?
Is that okay? Can you go get me some wine real quick?
Well, that's the question. Who are you trying to contact?
A Radnir, probably.
Make me a religion check.
Okay. I am gonna use my inspiration on.
Okay.
This feels like the time. Let's try it. 17.
I feel like the answer's going to be time for the fuck party.
So there's a variety of different sacrifices that are appropriate for Radnir.
Mhm.
Most of them involve pleasure, basically
Yep.
giving pleasure to Radnir rather than receiving it. So
Okay.
any acts of pleasure that you perform during the divination aren't actually all that pleasurable because it goes to Radnir instead. So you, but it's really there's a couple different ways you can go with it. You can go with quantity or quality. An orgy or someone's first time, like sort of like that kind of balancing thing.
Right.
And similar with imbibements, you can drink a fuck ton, or you can drink very expensive, very powerful something.
I'm gonna go with the very expensive, very powerful something.
I mean, not to make a joke,
I'm
but I
pretty
feel
sure
like
we've got a virgin in the room.
I was about to say.
Doody doo.
Do not sacrifice
she's gonna
color.
float this out there. So you can either
Don't worry, we're not we're not pirates, we're cultists. Slanesh.
So we got two options. I can have a drink or several drinks, or a drink and then several drinks. So there's many options there. Or an orgy.
I feel like one of those is easier to procure than the other.
Dealer's choice, really.
Or
Let me know how that goes.
one
And Ithram
very
walks
special-
out.
Hi, Ithram.
I'll be outside it.
More than one
Downstairs.
virgin in the party. Got it.
Hey, not wanting to be part of an orgy does not make you
No, yeah.
a virgin. Thank
That's
you.
fair.
No, it doesn't. I do not, and also for anyone watching, being a virgin is
Right.
not a bad thing.
Correct. Absolutely not.
Aye.
But Death isn't wrong. Alcohol is a lot easier to acquire and takes a little less organizational effort.
Can you get me something very fancy, very strange?
Worth at least 25 gold.
I can probably find you something.
Thank you. Do you need some gold?
Probably
I've
probably not
got
native
money.
acorns.
Thank you.
I've got enough to
here.
get something fancy.
Make an investigation.
I thought you
check.
said flammable, and I was like, well, I would hope so.
Make an investigation check, Val. Let's see if you can find something that's worth
What are they-
that's 25 gold worth of alcohol.
The
Like,
key
it's not
qualities
hard
you
to
look for
find in this town.
alcohol,
Well, no.
Flammability.
21.
The question is though, are you going to find 25 gold worth of alcohol in one bottle or in 50 bottles? So
You made me take investigation the sheer amount of times you've thrown me into that fucking.
it's a hey.
It's a helpful
You've
skill.
learned it. Yeah, you managed to find a $25 gold worth of bottle of wine. It is a honey wine. That is
A mead.
This is. I mean, it's
Slightly
marketed.
different.
It's marketed as a wine. It's not a mead.
I mean, mead is literally a honey wine.
it is a honey wine. Yes, but there
Hey,
are
honey
multiple
wine, but
different-
not all
Yeah.
honey wine is mead.
Not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All mead is honey. All mead is honey wine. Not all honey wine is mead. But it is a honeyed wine. Because this is made with honey and grapes and fermented in a fermented in a druid's grove. It is referred to as the Furbolg's Delight.
And I'm pretty certain she's never drank this before, so double useful.
You grab Ithram on the way back because otherwise it looks like, hey,
Sorry.
we might have an orgy, and then you leave, come back with a fucking huge ass bottle of booze.
Sorry,
Back
sorry.
upstairs.
I just saw what Cody said in the chat. It's like, I'm sure you're all wondering why I gathered you here for this ritual.
Yeah, she'll grab Ithram on the way back and be like, all right, we got drinks. Come on.
Okay.
All right. So you go in.
Ithram's like, drinks and? Oh,
Just
nothing?
drink.
Okay.
So you provide to Tanya.
However you get the magic done, it's fine.
You
Thanks.
provide to Tanya with incense and a bottle of wine.
Yep.
Ithram doesn't cast shame.
No, absolutely not. That for sure is never going in a spell book.
That's more of a bard spell. It's just vicious mockery.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
Crown of Madness. Anyways, so you have a bottle of wine.
Yep.
You spread the incense around and begin to drink the wine.
Just picturing a bard calling people daddy is gross for vicious mockery.
King shaving is my
The
king.
king.
You don't get a buzz. The wine
Mhm.
tastes good, but as you drink it, the taste begins to go away,
Yep.
and it starts to taste just like water. Not particularly
Mhm.
good water either. As you drink it, and the buzz isn't there, and you just chug this bottle all the way down.
Yep.
And as you put the wine bottle down, you are no longer to your senses in the room that you were in.
Oh, okay.
You are in a wide open space surrounded by white columns. The columns are all carved in the shape of writhing bodies entangled in various forms.
Mhm.
And there's just the subtle, soft sound of moaning, just ambient throughout the room. This room is full of pillows. You are sitting on some.
Excellent.
It is full of naked bodies. You are sitting on some.
Mhm.
And there is what can only be described as a giant woman in front of you. Long white hair covering her nudity in various places, otherwise completely nude. Looks very similar to depictions of a Radnir, but you instinctively know this is not a Radnir.
Mhm.
This is one of her servants, one of her angels.
Yep.
Who's leaning back with an empty wine glass that is the size of a house that slowly fills with wine. She swirls around slightly, takes a drink of. You have good taste. And as you begin to open your mouth, a finger is on your lips. Somehow this giant woman's giant finger is small enough to only touch your lips.
Yep.
You have one question. Ask it wisely.
Where did I put my notes? There they are. That's not the question.
Right there.
Just specifying that it's not the
Get me
question.
another bottle.
Cross eyes at the finger. How'd you do that?
So, my dear friend / rival / mortal enemy / best friend / I don't know has gone missing, named Ariel. No last name. Where's her body?
The giant woman does the Jeremy, what's that movie where the actress is in a chair, in like a swirly chair, and she does the crossing her legs and all the men are watching.
Mortal.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck. Yeah. Basic instinct.
Basic Instinct.
Yep,
She does
there
the
you go.
Basic Instinct
There-
leg uncross recross. Giving
My
you the full
mind
view.
went through. I shit you not. 13 different 2-word titled movies.
Right?
It started with Mortal Kombat. At one point it was Fatal Instinct. At one point it was Fatal Affair. At one like
Fatal
it
Attraction.
We eventually
quick
got there.
progression.
I asked you because I knew you'd know.
Fatal Attraction.
So she's giving you a full view as she does the leg on cross recross.
Mhm.
Yeah, why isn't Sharon Stone in Mortal Kombat?
Why isn't Sharon Stone as her character from
Why
Basic
isn't
Instinct?
Catherine from Basic Instinct in Mortal Kombat?
Your frenemies body is currently in the possession of your fiancé's enemy. And you wake up back in the room.
Valdez, who are your enemies?
Well, we both know which fiance that was talking about, and it's not Valdez.
Yeah. Well, 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe.
You note that she used the word possession, and you could feel the capital P.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
That was me. That was not Kalerna.
Okay.
Yeah, Clarina, what's with that weird accent?
We
Right?
need to solve things with that. So he's not. Yeah.
So you're-
Possessing your dead friends.
Yeah. Should we wait until I hate to derail things, but until the armor's finished tomorrow? Or because it's going to be a little bit of a trip up to Desolation, right? We could hop over to Grifftop though and see how things are going. Make sure the house is settled. You need to pick a room. Yeah. And then we can head back here, pick up the armor, and then head out.
All
Yeah?
right.
yes.
I mean, you need to
Makes
figure out
sense.
where the Aether Stone is if you're looking to take that.
That too, yeah.
Or just whatever ship we can commission that doesn't
Aether
seem
Stone
like
would
they're
be
going to
pretty
try and.
fast. I mean,
Was the Aether Stone a fast ship, or was it one
wasn't
of
that
those?
the one where we like zoomed around real fast and got terrified?
No,
No, that was the
airship.
airship.
That was an experimental.
Oh,
that was an
okay.
experimental. Is it airship?
Got it. Okay, sorry, I'm mixing them all up.
It's all good.
You could always rent an airship.
Could. Those are expensive, but
But you get to take it all the way there rather than just across the channel.
exactly. And I do like the
Potentially.
idea of arriving across a frozen landscape in an airship. It's a good.
Does Gent have enough knowledge to know roughly how much it would cost to charter an airship from here up north of Desolation?
Yeah. Let me figure that out. Continue your conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all for air travel. What do the rest of you think?
Either form should work. If
I'm all for air travel following the answer to this question. Ithram, do you have slow fall prepared? Or can you, should we need it?
if we can pick it up, I can have slow fall. Yes.
All right. Let's make sure we at least have that before, just in case.
And if we're that high up, honestly, I have telekinesis.
All right.
You know, and I can turn into an eagle,
That
or a vulture,
that's
or a giant fly, or
Still a little bit worried about that giant fly thing.
and I get to make a buzzing noise.
Yes, but then you
can
started
hover.
making that
You
noise
can-
when you woke up in the morning, and it definitely made things very awkward in my mind.
But you can hover in that one. Is the fun part.
And
The
that's
other
fair.
ones can't hover.
And if we're to pass through desolation, I can see if or whether we pass through
It
or
would
over.
cost about 200,000 gold to charter an airship, particularly that distance.
Damn it.
What about a regular ship?
Which is because it would cost, which is because it costs about 600,000 gold to commission an airship. So
Yeah.
A regular ship, though.
a regular ship would be significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
A regular ship charter just across the channel would
198,000.
be about 10,000 gold to charter. Depending on where you got it from, it'd be cheaper depending on where, what port you're in.
And that's
where they're going.
specifically hiring a ship that isn't going anywhere to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Finding a ship that's already headed there and just booking passage is
Would be cheap,
relatively
would be
cheap.
significantly cheaper. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Which technically you can afford. You could technically afford to charter an airship.
A lot of change, though.
It would just cost most of the platinum in your vault.
yeah. Yep.
I'd recommend we take a look around and see if anyone's headed that way, and then, if not, charter a regular ship. Or do the thing we've talked about doing with Grifftop and scrying on a location, finding a tree, and going that way.
So scrying is technically a person. I mean,
Or
I
a
could
location.
scry-
You can scry on a person or a location. It's not an object.
It's a creature.
Read the entire spell.
I am. Oh yeah, I can do location you have seen before.
There's the caveat
Yeah.
that I was missing. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I think it has to be.
Which is
yeah.
why you can't scry on your house because you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
We can scry on Grifftop,
You
the
can
city.
scry on Drifttop, yes.
All right. So see what's headed across the channel from Grifftop. If nothing, then we can pay extra to get something across the water at least. And then head north through Desolation from there, which, from your local knowledge, will be very helpful with, I think.
Desolation's a desert, eh?
You're muted.
Cody, you're muted.
For the most part, yes.
Wasteland specifically.
Fucking sucks that we just lost those desert sandals, doesn't it?
It's not a desert. There's not a lot of sand. It's mostly dry, broken ground and earth and rocks.
Yeah, but probably still very hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How would the Valakua fare? Do I think in that were they advertised as mounts that could handle
Valakua,
extreme climates, going from desert to?
Valakua is native like are natively found in open fields and jungles.
Okay.
So they can handle an amount of heat. Not the same kind of heat though. They're more of a humid heat than a dry heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to bring them.
You could take them. They would be useful, but you'd need to be extra careful about making sure that they get their hydration and everything.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up camels at the settlement outside of Desolation.
Yeah, I mean, I can make food and water for them if we need.
Yeah, you would have to very, 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 overhydrate the Valakuas otherwise.
Yeah.
Because they're
Just
because they're not going to be it's such a dry area. They're going to dry up real fast.
We just need to get a Magitech motorcycle or 5.
All right.
Get to tinkering. You can always borrow one from the Izzet.
Assuming it doesn't explode.
Yeah.
All right, is it? We need 5 experimental Magitech motorcycles.
Sign
We're
this
gonna drive
contract.
them.
It's a motorcycle.
Sign this contract.
Right. All right. Well, that seems like a workable plan at least.
Mhm.
And of course, then we have to figure out how to break it to a wizard that someone's been impersonating, and hopefully he wants to help us figure that out.
As much as he can, if he's supposedly sealing off an extra dimensional terror with his own body being present as the seal.
Yes, if I had to guess, if he hasn't moved in that long, he may not be ambulatory.
Right. No, more along the lines of he's probably going to be at least invested
Yes.
in getting this solved. So that gives us one string in our bow at least.
Yeah. Okay, so to Grifftop?
I think so.
Aye.
To Grifftop today or tomorrow?
Unless
I mean, it's probably not much past noon at the latest right now, so I'd say let's get started.
I mean, again, we've been to
Actually-
Grifftop before, so we can scry and then transport via plants.
Yeah, and then head to our house.
Yeah, so you can do that.
We'll just have to make sure we stop back here to get the armor.
Yes.
Titania may forget, but I'm trying to remember.
Oh, that's right. Yep. No.
Yeah.
We'll go make sure that everything's organized at our house, see if we can find a ship, and then take 2 more days, 1 day to go back and get the armor, and then 1 day to come back to Grifftop.
Okay. Gonna transport via plants.
Yep, you
This
scry.
spell is so useful.
You scry and transport via plants and end up popping out of a tree just outside the gates of Grifftop. The gates,
Ta-da!
Oh, right.
the gates are open. The city is as lively as it ever is with its very eclectic series of buildings.
Let's
Excellent.
find our house.
Let's do.
And you head out to outside, away from the city. So yeah, Kalerna, you arrive at a city, and then your party turns and walks in the other direction.
Our house is this way.
Yes, of course.
We haven't even
This
seen
way.
it before.
So
Durin says our house is this way, I should say, to be more precise.
you head to the Grifftop Estate. It's about 30 minutes walk away from the city, but you can see after a little while you begin to be able to see it. There is a large, four-cornered, almost fort-like in its design, stone structure against a cliff. A little, 30 minutes away from Grifftop proper, with a sort of a large sort of fenced-in wooden porch on the front that has lanterns on either side of the gate, some furniture sort of like on the front porch with like a hammock in which you can see one very tired-looking young dwarf that is asleep.
All I see is black.
Same.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I tried refreshing, but still
I see
nothing.
my token.
Also try
Everyone's-
refreshing.
Yeah, everyone's tokens are there.
Yeah.
Except for Calernus. But
Yeah, hang on.
Yep.
Let
It
me
is a
put-
very dark screen.
Let me put everyone's tokens in the right place. Sorry, I had put your.
there's Carbuncle!
I had
I'm
put
in
your.
mourning.
I had put your tokens in your rooms previously, which was the.
Oh,
issue.
now it's gone black for me. It was working. Now I can just see my token.
Everything is darkness.
Everything is darkness. Hang on. These tokens are probably old. Hang on, let me.
They probably don't have vision. Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
grab your new tokens.
Relevant to that point for the DMs. Oh, look, vision. Relevant to that point for the DMs in this group. Roll20 has announced that they're completely sunsetting the legacy dynamic lighting in May.
Okay.
Okay.
So prepare for that.
I've already switched over to the current one, so. All right, you should all be able to see now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Dope.
Look at it. It's so beautiful.
Nice.
So yeah, you have in front of you. There's a large, like I said, very large, open porch. Off to the right hand side, there is a. I'll go ahead and show it over here. Off to the right hand side, there is a shed, basically. But yeah, the house is yours to explore. As you first enter into the main room, if you go through, the doors are unlocked, so you can go in. There is a large sundial dead in the middle of this sort of large lounge area in which there are several couches and rugs, and the sundial is sort of like embedded in the floor so you can walk on top of it with a large opening above that sort of funnels all the light down into it, so it gives you a fairly accurate time so long as the sun is up. On either side of it, you have a globe and then a magicked hourglass, which actually continually shifts on a gyroscopic stable, on also a stable gyroscopic tilt that provides you with perfect time all the time, basically.
Sweet.
There are bookshelves and 2 fireplaces in the living room and an open courtyard immediately across from the front door, in which there is what is very clearly designed to be some sort of a fighting pit, sort of filled with sand and dirt, where there are weapons in various places. You can see that there are actually weapons stuck in the pillars at several places that don't look like they're broken at all. They look actually fairly fresh and sharp. That to the left are where your bedrooms are. To the right are the servants' quarters, as well as several laboratories, and there are war rooms, armories, a downstairs spiral, a kitchen, variety of places. As you enter, Durin comes around the corner into the lounge. Welcome to your home, Steelhearts. It's been a while. I hope your journey was successful and beneficial.
Certainly was, Durin. As a matter of fact, you're looking at the new Thane Stonebeard.
Well, congratulations, my Thane. And the house has
We fixed Everstone, which was in a spot of trouble, so that was nice.
I'm glad to hear it. The house is in perfect condition. We've made sure to move all of your things into your respective rooms, if you'd like to go take a look. Yes, the workers come regularly to use the elevator down to the dock for fishing trips. We have a few fishing boats that regularly cast off from there, as well as the farm is going well. It's just to the west of here.
Excellent.
It's lovely. By the way, Durin, Kalerna, Durin, who make introductions.
Hello.
Pleasure.
It's an honor.
It looks like you're missing one of your number.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, Ariel fell in combat against a demon. So we're going to have to try and track down where they took her body.
Oh.
Against just lumping everything together into the same story for simplicity's sake.
Well, you have my condolences.
Oh. We've done great work here, though. This place looks magnificent.
We pride ourselves in our work. Your Valakua are stabled in the barn next door. If you would like to go check in on them, they're all fine, fit, and fair.
Of course. Wait, first, can you give her the grand tour if you want to put her in Ariel's room?
Certainly. And yeah, Durin will give Kalerna the grand tour of the house. All the
You will
rooms,
definitely, yep.
all of the rooms have individual bathrooms as well as amenities fitted to their intended occupants. These 3 are Lord Valdeth's, Lady Titania, and Lord Gent's rooms. This one, directly across from the lounge, was to be Lady Ariel's room, if you'd like to take it. Very simple but stylish design. To the north, there are Lord Skuz and Lord Ithram's rooms. The south was Lady Carolina's room, though I understand that she is currently missing. There is also a what was described to me as a hot tub room in the southeastern corner.
I see.
If you like. a war room in the center, to the left of the combat
Excellent.
pit in the middle, a armory to the right of the combat pit in the middle, kitchen guest rooms to the north. There's a washroom. There's washroom and laundry room in the northwestern corner of the house. A garden to the north along the cliff, which has many plants already prepared for Lady Titania. An arcane laboratory, an archive, a teleportation circle room, and a workshop along the western wall. And
Are east and west flipped on this map, or
sorry, other way around. Sorry, I'm getting my west and east confused. Eastern wall is the laboratories. So northeastern is where the laundry room and bathroom are, and southwestern is where the
hot tub room is.
Hot tub room is.
Yeah.
Dope.
And the utilities shed along with the well is just outside the door next to the servants' quarters.
Right.
There is
She will
also
ask all sorts of security-related questions.
Yep. He will answer.
Ken's probably following Titania, something along the lines of perfect condition, huh? Give us 5 minutes.
I want to see. She'll be going to visit the Valakua and then down into the basement to check out my mushroom cave.
You also learn, Titania, that there are 2 very large trees in the garden that can be used for your transport vehicles.
Cool. I will memorize those.
So you go into the barn where the Valakua are, and hidden in one corner is a trap door that leads down to a sewer system where all of the bathrooms flush down to. Because each room has its own bathroom. Following the sewer system through a fairly circuitous route, you find yourself in a dungeon. And then going to the far end of the dungeon room, you find one room in one cell in the dungeon that has a hole in the wall. And in that hole, you find a mushroom cave.
Perfect.
It is full of mushrooms.
I just sit down and breathe in a little bit.
None of them are the kind that get you high.
Nope. This is nice, though. It's lovely, isn't it?
Quite.
You'll also notice that there is a small, and Kalerna would have been told this, but you would have noticed this as you went to the barn. There is a small observation post along the cliff just north of just next to the barn, where there's basically sort of a small patio that's been set up, and you can use it to watch down, and you can basically have a very good view of the channel from there.
We don't have a boat, but there is a boat on the map.
There are fishing boats down there.
Okay.
Also, that boat's for scale, just so that you can tell how far down the cliff that is.
That's fair.
Yep. It's a ways down there. Awesome.
Yes, you have finally, after quite a while, made it to your house.
Finally walked in the front fucking door.
You noticed a name plaque next to the front door for the name of the estate, which was currently blank.
Ah.
So
that'll take some thinking.
Feel free to figure that out on your own.
The other thing that Titania does, because let's spend all my weird spells right now, I'm going to skywrite Steel Hearts. It's going to do like the logo above our house. Make it real fancy looking.
Skywrite Steel Hearts above the house.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Gent was waiting, and when the words block party do not follow, kind of breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief and goes about what he was.
I really thought about doing it, but then I was like, we have many other plans going on. People might show up anyway. Who knows?
They might. Valdeth, do you mind if I send Merrick into town and see if he can find any news of ships headed north?
That's certainly a good idea.
All right.
Also, Ithram,
Yes.
I know it's going to take a very long time, but we should probably get to work on setting up, even if it has to be broken up. We'll get to work on setting up the teleportation circle.
If I can get started on doing that, but once it's started, I can't miss a day.
Ah, damn it. All right, well,
We would
maybe
probably
we
have
can
to
hire
hire somebody.
yeah, maybe we can hire another mage to set that up for us.
I mean, it's not like there's a town full of mercenaries 30 minutes to the left.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hire a
Right.
wizard on retainer. Hey, we need you to cast teleportation circle once a day for a year here.
Cool. Here's my fee.
Whatever you just said did not come through the mic.
I said, cool. Here's my fee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, that.
Room and board plus a retainer of some amount of gold. It's had to be here.
Yep. I also talked to Duran and say, now that I'm Thane, there's a lot of paperwork and situations that need to be handled.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Can I rely on you to bring me anything of severe import if I can get them to properly get information over here?
I assume you're asking me to return to Everstone in your stead?
Either that or we can find a proper communication channel.
Yeah, you have those link pearls.
Aye, yeah. We'll get more link pearls for you, and
Get me a link pearl. Send me back to Everstone. I'm your... Do you have a specific word for what he is?
I mean he's my major domo.
Yeah, I didn't know if
so
you had like a different word for it, but
Seneschal.
house
Seneschal would be the one, yeah.
I'm your seneschal. It's my duty to do the paperwork you don't feel inclined to doing. I'm also
Thank
very
you for
good at
that.
it.
Thank you for that, Duran.
So either get me on a boat or send me away magically. I'll get to work.
All right, we'll have to get you a link pearl first, so it'll be a couple of days.
You should carry a box of those around if you're going to be handing
We
out
really
pearls.
should. We quite frankly really should.
No. Like, this is Germ. No, absolutely not. Because we will hand out so many of those that we will just
Like
randomly,
candy.
like, we won't know who has them. And at some point, some bad guy's going to get a hold of those and figure out a way to do psychic damage through them.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We should not get a box and just hand them out.
One for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you.
Johnny would totally do that, yeah.
Valdeth will go to her room, by the way, and swap out her bra holding to one of appropriate size now that she's no longer concerned about hiding herself.
Do you test out the secret door that you had installed between your room and Tanya's?
To be fair, that wasn't her design. We're pretty certain that was Tanya's.
Yep. It's a bookcase.
The only thing I didn't understand is why it was secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because they
worst
wanted a
kept
secret door.
Yeah.
The worst kept
Right.
secret in this building.
I mean, it's
Right.
like I have a secret bookcase. It's not really a secret. Everyone knows that it's
just
there.
nice to have things that you can hide if you want to. It
Yeah.
feels mysterious.
It's just a plain piece of wall between Titania and Valdeth's room, but it's the back of Titania's wardrobe connects
Yep.
to Gent's room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you're at your house finally. You're exploring the grounds. You're relaxing, and that's where we're going to end for this week. So, thank you all for watching. We'll be back next week with more Gran Terra. We'll be back I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Sensaku's ADHD stream. And we will see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.